Very good. You have done well. 3301.
But nothing more is known about the mysterious company or its purpose. Could it be a recruitment tool for the CIA, or MI6, or maybe Al-Shabaab?
The common themes included esotericism, Zen Buddhism, things like Crowley and Cohen's Grail myth. They asked whether you believe that every human has a right to privacy and anonymity, and it is within their rights to use tools which help obtain and maintain that privacy.
But if it does turn out to be a new way of recruiting spies, it seems that aside from a knowledge of cryptography, the darknet, and coding, future intelligence agents also need to know the works of famed occultist Aleister Crowley.
On January 4th, 2012, a mysterious image was posted to the internet site known as 4chan. Most people scrolled past it, dismissing it as a joke. Little did anyone know it would spark a worldwide quest to solve one of the most mysterious puzzles of the 21st century. The message reads, "Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck." Signed, 3301. The hidden message in the image was not directly in the image, but rather the code. If you were to inspect the code of the image, you would find a link at the very bottom of the code. Decipher it, and the link would lead you to a website page with this image. After solving this puzzle, they were greeted with yet another, and subsequently 6 more puzzles. This led them down a rabbit hole of encrypted files, images of ducks, songs within phone numbers, pages of old books, QR codes posted in 15 different parts of the world, countdowns, questions, and not enough answers. All of these things led up to the cream of the crop, Liber Primus, a book that emerged from Cicada that has yet to be deciphered to this day. But what we're curious about isn't the Liber Primus. Our question is as follows. Is Cicada 3301 transforming internet privacy, and where is there reliable evidence to prove it? To help us answer this question, we went as close to Cicada 3301 as we could. Marcus Wanner is one of the people who cracked the first puzzle back in 2012, and he was only 15.
So for me, Cicada is somewhere between like a social organization and sort of a training program for how to make private protected groups. I think that one of Cicada's goals was to sort of educate the public on how these tools work and how to use them, but it was more about just getting people together and organizing to work on these projects that they asked us to do. And of course, they're not telling us, here's what you got to do. It was like, come up with something that helps to advance these ideals, and we'll support you.
Craig Bauer, former NSA agent, has this to say about Cicada 3301 in a documentary by Great Big Story.
It sounds like they have really modern implementations like steganography and things you have to look for now, I guess. It's not just flat out math.
Well, the future of privacy on the internet looks pretty interesting. Right now we have the Equifax breach, which looks like people aren't going to get fairly compensated for. I mean, doing so would essentially bankrupt the company. But when you look at the internet at large, there's definitely a focus on the regulatory side for protecting people's data. So GDPR, for example, was a huge victory because from a company's perspective, they say, oh, we want to take all of the data we can and record it forever. And the GDPR basically says, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. There's so many limitations on it that a lot of companies are just sort of pivoting to not focus so much on collecting all of that data and using it to essentially manipulate people. So it looks like things are getting better from an overall online privacy perspective. The only issue I see is, you can never really verify that these companies aren't keeping records on you. Like, I guess you could go to court and have a giant lawsuit, but as we're seeing with Equifax, the regulatory environment hasn't really swung towards the consumer side yet. So I think that we need better enforcement and
The internet is going into a period of drastic change. Massive corporations and governments are after our information. But with groups like Cicada and people who just want things to change, the world is slowly beginning to be less afraid of this ominous picture that has been painted of encryption, alternative browsers, and groups that are just out there to help. We've got answers to our questions from the National Security Agency all the way to the underground masters of cryptography. Now that we have all the facts, let's look at our sources. We've got information from Craig Bauer in the NSA and Marcus Wanner, the Cicada puzzle solver. Craig Bauer works with the NSA as a former resident historian, and he was the author of a book titled Unsolved, The History and Mystery of the World's Greatest Ciphers from Ancient Egypt to Online Secret Societies. So, yes, we can trust Craig. Marcus Wanner has worked as a cybersecurity engineer at multiple companies such as Viasat and General Motors, and has a degree in science and computer science at Virginia Tech. Although we do believe that he was one of the first puzzle solvers for Cicada, we don't have any actual proof because of Cicada's deep secrecy. But he is actively involved in the search currently, even if we don't have the proof. So, yes, we can trust Marcus. Cicada is transforming the way we think about internet privacy. It has sparked a movement full of puzzle solvers to decipher the Liber Primus and dozens of other puzzles even outside of Cicada's labyrinth. The truth is out there, and it's up to people like you to be aware of what's going on.